It's interesting. The guy who's introducing me right now, he's he's one of the hosts that they have at the Magic Castle. Kind of like we have our own own butler basically. Um, and he had never seen my show before, by the way. That's a lie. Coming out from behind those curtains is such a great, wonderful experience. Hashtag now I came up with maybe a day before I got to the castle.
Yeah, well, welcome, welcome. How many people are magicians?
And this opening right here is different every show. It's not the same.
Welcome, guys, welcome. How many people are drinking tonight? Just a couple. Well, this is actually an intervention for you guys. We're gonna go around the room saying I statements.
I love that. Just hit them with laughter in the beginning.
Part of my show. For me, for you, the more you drink, this looks a lot better.
And it's amazing performing for audiences that want to see magic. Like they have a heart on for magic. They really, really love it.
Here we go. I don't know you, right? Just lie. Forget it. I don't know. We don't. We really don't know each other, right? Think of a number between 1 and 10.
I love this. I love this thing. This is such a great little bit.
Yeah, you have one? The count of 3, you're gonna say it out loud. I already know what it is. No. I get paid for this. Yeah, no, I do. Ready? Count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5, 5, 7, 6.
And it gets such a great reaction. People, what's it? 1947. What? So you just repeat what they're saying.
How does he do it? Why does he do it?
But make it tongue in cheek. That's kind of important.
I actually really need a person to think of a thought for us. So I need a volunteer. Volunteers are people who go like this.
So this entire act was created just for the castle. It was not something that had been in existence at all. Some of the ideas, some of the items were in existence, like the card and shoe, my card and shoe, and divorce and freedom pack. But the way that I put this whole thing together was designed strictly just for the castle.
Is there a reason you thought of what nickname? What, Angie? Is that her nickname?
It's funny. I was talking to a lot of different magician friends of mine, and a special friend of mine, special not because he rides a bus or anything. He might ride a bus. I don't know. Maybe he has a car right now. Not a special bus.
Is there a reason you said Brangelina?
Xavier Spade. He said, dude, why don't you just, because I said, well, should I go heavy with this or should I go light? Heavy would be like, think of your dead grandmother, think of your mother who's passed away, think of, you know, whatever. Really connect to an emotional state in their mind. And he was like, do that, man, that'd be the best. Like, all right. And then I thought about it, like,
Did they tell you about the phone?
I didn't want to do that. So I ended up doing the light version.
For me,
but now I'm doing the other version, my own personal work.
You know what I mean? So
this is Gregory Wilson's Revolution with my edition for the phone spin. It was interesting when I first did the phone spin the very first night. This was a Thursday night. The first night was Monday when I performed. It didn't get any reaction, so I just looked at them and I go, "This is really hard. You can applaud now." And they were like, "Yeah!" Like it's almost like they were in a trance. They forgot to applaud. You know, it's really interesting because they definitely appreciated the fact that it was spinning, but you didn't get that initial reaction of, "Oh my," you know. And this is something I do in my show. Everybody stops applauding halfway, and I go, "No, keep it going. It's awkward if you don't." And I look at them and go, "Not for you, not for us, for you."
Good job, you lost. She sat down. We're gonna work some shapes and colors.
We're gonna work some shapes and colors. I love that. That's a line I borrowed from a friend of mine, Howard Hamburg, actually.
As a magician, I try to find.
I thought divorce would be a perfect lead-in here.
I can actually put it on the other way. It's a magic show. You're going to see stuff like that. I don't know. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're up close, right? So you can see things, yeah?
So the first way I do it for the audience, you know, Garrett Thomas's ring thing, and then because I have her up here now I do the second phase, which is, of course, David Harkey's beautiful idea with the ring. And then it goes right into my phase. So you get this really beautiful moment. Now,
check it out. Make sure it's real. Make sure
now we go to her shoulder.
Is that true? Is that true? Shit.
Never once got caught ever. I've never once got caught.
I guess magic's real. I didn't know that. All right, cool. Actually, hold out your hand for me. Perfect. Your hand. Are you alright? You're not nervous.
That's a funny line, by the way. I'm saying, oh, really? This isn't. I guess this isn't the one.
Stay right here. Don't move. Stay right here. What's the magic word you know?
No, I don't say magic word anymore at all. I just look at the person and show one hand and like that with my hand on the table. And I don't move, I don't blow, I don't do anything. I just stay in one position and it vanishes. And I look at them, I go, that took 30 years. And then I say, but it only took 2 seconds to go on her shoulder. Boom. And then the bitch freaks out. I know how to dress, don't I? Holy shit. Love that outfit. I think it's just commentary for me instead of you guys.
Is your husband up there? Yes. Thank you, sir.
She was so concerned about her husband looking at the ring and wondering, oh, he's gonna be watching it now, which is great because it gave the ring an emotion. It gave the ring an identity. So the ring became a character in the play that we were in. A really interesting concept. Anytime you can make an inanimate object be cared for and be looked after like a child. It's amazing. It's amazing to be able to do that. People think that doesn't work, but look, I mean, it really does. You're just doing a Bobo switch. And then bam. And notice I don't go right to the pocket. Notice I don't go freaking out. Like, just stay there. There's no reason to run.
If that's my ring, what's in my pocket? You can say, no, I thought I explained this, remember? Put my ring in my pocket, your ring's been here the whole time. Like, give her a nice round of applause.
Now notice I didn't say if that's my ring in my hand. I say if that's my ring, what's in my pocket. So and I just gesture with the hand. You don't want to make it obvious what you're doing, what you're saying. Let them fill in the blanks. You'll get more reactions that way.
Sure, show me one.
Ah, my fucking toe hurts. I broke my toe. So. Anyways, there's nothing to do with this.
Okay, wonderful. You're like a voyeur. You're like the Stanley Kubrick of card magic. If I tell you what that card is right now, would that be amazing?
Sure.
All those lines were jazz, by the way. Everything I'm doing was jazz. All that laughter and stuff, all jazz stuff. Just on the spot. This routine you're about to see for Freedom Pack, I came up with this routine. I came up with it right after I created Freedom Pack and I had filmed it. Right after we filmed it, like a couple days. And I was so pissed. But then I thought, dude, this is such a great fucking trick. And the way that this is choreographed, why do I want to give it to anybody yet? So this is it. I've never given this to anybody. It is in my lecture. A little bit. Oh, no, wait. Is it in my lecture? I don't know. To be honest with you, I can't remember if I taught it.
It actually did jump the top of that. And in a fit of rage, just changed into a different play.
I love that line. A fit of rage.
Nobody's more surprised. What just happened? Oh, you didn't say go. Say go.
Go.
Perfect. You can actually see the cards off the top.
See, now it's not an ambitious card routine. Now it's like, look what I can do. It's a, oh, it messed up. Oh, you didn't. Okay, let's try it again.
Go.
Jumps to the top of the deck.
Notice I don't do this more than 2 times. Ambitious cards should never be done more than 2 times. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I signed the card. Yeah, keep right there. I signed the card. So
No, she was just trying to turn the card over, but like, no.
why is that, by the way? Why do you think that?
Because you're a muggle.
Because you're a muggle. Exactly.
I had a hashtag theme in my show.
No, I mean,
You
people
couldn't
think
tell.
that. Yeah, you signed up playing cards.
This pen vanished, fooled every single magician that saw it at the castle. Everybody came up to me and said, dude, what the hell? Where the fuck did that pen go? It's the best pen vanish I've ever seen. And it really is. It's stupid looking.
Anybody? No?
I taught it in the lecture, though.
Before
Wait, did I?
when the
I can't
cards were
remember.
in the box, do you guys
And
remember?
bam, the cards go back in the box, a la Freedom Pack. Such a great moment now because they believe that card on the table signed. And of course, we all know it's not.
When I asked you to sign your name in the plane, this is how I get rid of signatures. Turn it over. So it's just time travel. That's all I do. That's all I do.
And notice they knew when to applaud. I said, it's just time travel.
Oh my goodness! I need another violence here. It's gotta be a
That's important when a woman or somebody's about to leave and they've really contributed to the show, like laughter and like helping you jazz material out. Like keep them there as long as they'll stay, because you can just use them all night. They can just be your muse. They're the most beautiful fucking ladies at the castle.
And then Jindada. There you go.
You know, there's my Italian side coming out. And he's fucking Vinny behind the curtain, eh?
Italian, plus half redneck. Just means they have a big family with no address. That's
So it's interesting because I never was going to put that into the show, that joke. I told it to every single magician friend of mine, comedian friend of mine, and they laugh, but it doesn't make sense. If you really think about the joke, it doesn't make sense. And it was the first night I tried it, and it fucking got a great hit. I was really surprised. And then that's why I pointed out, I was like, there's no reason that should work.
Well, no, it wouldn't make sense if you take out a card, and they're both jokers.
And I'm just getting rid of the extra 2 diamonds that she signed.
I'm gonna put this pin here for a reason.
Making sure the deck is back to where we need it to be. Now, every magician thinks that this is a red and black thing. Like, though she has the red card, she has the black cards. I promise you it's not. Unfortunately, because of this performance, I went over in my performance, and I did not show the cards first. When you look at the other video, one of the bonus videos that you've gotten in this package, you'll find that that's not the case. It's actually more deceptive than that. It's called the
mix them up. Keep them on the table and stuff. Spread them out. Spread them out.
The circle line
But don't
principle.
look at them. I don't want you to see them. I don't want the audience to see the cards.
It's brilliant.
Yes.
I use a lot of my mentalism stuff now.
Keep them spread out at the end.
I kind of don't want to give it away,
Well.
but I already did. You guys got the video.
It's very violent.
I thought it was great for that pen because I'd done this before and people were trying to push their cards into the other person's cards. Like, stop it. I even had one lady do that and I just did another trick altogether.
At the count of 3, close your eyes. At the count of 3, listen to my voice. At the count of 3, you're going to put your finger on top of one card. Doesn't matter where it is.
It really doesn't matter what card. I'm not forcing them to pick a card or anything like that. This is just a great moment of like getting them to follow directions. Because if the girl on the right can follow directions, then look at who's in the black dress. Because I'm going to use her in a second. I'm going to put money on the table. And if I'm wrong about her and what I think, then she wins the 20. And it actually happened. We'll get to that, but not in this performance. But it did happen one time.
In a second, I'm going to turn my back. Do not show it to the audience. Do not show it to each other.
I do this 100% differently now. Instead of playing cards, I use business cards with digits on them, numbers 1 through 0, and it's something completely impromptu. And you get their credit card number, last 4 digits of their credit card number, and you also they psychically pick those numbers out of the business card spread. And then at the end, the last 4 cards left equal a number, and that number has been written on an envelope, a prediction envelope the full time they open it up, and there it is. Really strong stuff. But this phase here of them pushing the card in is used in the second phase. I'm sorry, the first phase of the trick I just explained.
And if there's any magicians in the audience that happen to know where
I don't want to give too much away because it's in my show. I am not ready to release it. I think I'm going to be more stingy with my mentalism type stuff.
Good. Square the cards up in a pile now. They're mixed well.
But I will have a ton of stuff for you guys. This is a really great moment because they've shuffled the cards. They've mixed the cards up. They took out a card from their half. They put it into the other person's half. They started shuffling again. They put them back together. I haven't touched the cards not one time during this entire thing. And it's not red and black.
Take your fingers like this. Push them together. There you go. Keep going.
And they are regular cards. They're not gimmicked in any way.
I want you to pick this half up and put it on top of that half, please.
Super fair. Ridiculously fair.
I have not touched the cards and looked at them or anything like that. Is that correct? For the very first time, I picked the entire deck up. Look at me. I'm going to try to find your card.
And yeah, I am looking for something with a system that I have working for me. But those cards are really, really, really mixed up. And I didn't think to show it. I don't know why. We were filming. But you'll see it in the other video.
So think of your card. Lock it in your mind. Here we go. You ready? Just yell it in your mind. Don't freak out.
That's a B. Smith idea right there. Just yell in your mind. Don't freak out. And this line is his too.
Just in your mind, yell it out.
If you pretend convincingly enough, it's like the real thing. It's a great line. It's beautiful.
See, once I put the card down, I can't. do it again. I just sorry. I have to be right.
By the way, the card I just picked up
You guys are big.
and then put back down is the same card I'm doing now. It's a great idea to make them feel that you're just not confident. It's the same card. Those are all three the same cards.
Can't change my mind. That's it. Look at me.
It's just acting.
Same thing. Same thing. Same thing.
But I really want to get away from cards as far as card tricks and like.
Boy.
This is a great moment here.
Two possible theories.
Because you're telling them, you're forcing them, you're manipulating their mind to pick the one that you actually don't want them to pick. Only one of those cards is the right card. It won't work with the other one. So psychologically, if I touch the card and say the right one, not the wrong one, she's going to think that I should, and then I do this, and I do this.
Now she might try to catch me out at this point, right? You might try to choose this one because I took this one, right? Because I said right, the right hemisphere chooses the
So now what I'm doing is I'm putting in her brain the thing that she was thinking in the first place.
Not the wrong card.
And then add one more little idea to it. So now she doesn't know which card to pick. She thinks it's a free choice, but it's not a free choice. Watch which one she picks.
Look at me. Count of three, drop your finger until one card. 1, 2, 3, go.
There's a couple different reasons she's going to pick that card. Like I said the first time, because I've touched that card, I brought that card over more to me than I have to her. So it's a game of, oh, you have something I wanted.
Well, not the big finish. It's one of them. You're going to look at your cards, ladies. You're going to check them out. You got to put them against your chest. Ready? Go. Look and put them against your chest. Put them against your chest. I got one question for you. Yes or no? Did I find your card? Yes. Yes. They paid. Yes.
It used to be, ladies at the count of three, did I find your card? Yes. Or I mean, this is what it used to be. I do now, ladies at the count of three, yes or no, I find your card? Yes. And I say yes. Just to save more time. Dealing with them individually is fine, but when you have a time limit on your show, you have to be careful of those kind of things. That was on the spot too. I'm close, right? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I was close. There we go.
Are you serious?
So to get them to not think now that the other person has the other person's card, I show them different cards of the deck, thinking that this could be an option.
That phone trick was good.
And then make a comedy moment, bring it back to a comedy, because what's about to happen is going to kill their brains. So now in the other trick, with the number trick I told you about before.
Name your card. Name your card. Turn them over. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 spades.
I don't say, look at the reaction, it's great, right? I don't say, in the beginning I said we're trying to build a psychic connection between two people, between this person and this person. And then when it doesn't work, I go, oh, no, that's right. I was trying to build a psychic connection between you guys, not you to me. What was your card? Look at her. She names it. It's a number, 7. She turns over, the other girl turns over her card. It says 7. We say, what was your card? Now there's a laugh. There's like, what? Now there's 4. The other girl turns over her card, 4. And I go, we have a psychic connection. Beautiful. It's great. It's a great moment. So I was not putting money on this in the very beginning. The very first time I did this show on Monday night, which is so funny because they're like, hey, you only about 10 people for the show, and it fits about 28 people. I'm like, oh, okay, first night, whatever, it's Monday, it's going to be slow. I get out there, Jack Goldfinger, the president of the Magic Castle, entertainment director of the Magic Castle, all board trustee members who are 90 years old are out in the audience, and it's just them. And they're filled, and it's packed. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. So the first time I did that, I wasn't using money. And I missed it. I fucking missed it. What you're about to see with the money situation. Really pissed off. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to make an incentive. I'm going to make an incentive to fucking make sure I don't lose this card. Because I forgot what the card is. There's a lot of memory in this act you have to do.
Notice that nobody watched.
We'll get to this part in a second. This is kind of cool too. So I use the money now as an incentive to make sure I don't forget the card. Just a little tip for you guys. When you put something on the spot and it's yours, it's very important. Right here, I was just like, hey, name a card. She says Queen of Hearts. Cut the deck. Obviously, you saw nothing. I pick up the deck. The Queen of Hearts is actually on top of the deck, so it's on top of the deck now. I'm using the little ruse that the card never gets shuffled into the deck about 90% of the time. I use that a lot. And I know it's on top now. She cuts it, but I don't know where it is. There's no breather. And that part right there was not on purpose. I didn't think to pick that card up and spin it or anything. I was just trying to cut the deck and then turn over the rest of the deck to show maybe you cut the card again. There was no breather, there was no nothing. That couldn't happen in a million years again, probably. And the fact that we were filming it, holy shit, so good.
Fib or tell me the truth. It's totally up to you. You're gonna try to catch me. I'm gonna try to.
I was using the word lie, and I still use the word lie in my show, because I have this moment like you don't want to be, I need a woman who can lie, who's a good liar, just a liar, a good liar. That's a funny thing, women to come up.
She keeps looking over there.
And
NLP. How many people know NLP is?
the first time I did the show, Jack was like, you can't say lie, say fib. So I had to change fib. And then I bring a little NLP action into this cold reading. And by the way, all of it's bullshit. There's no cold reading or NLP happening.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yes, I can do that, but it's not happening.
Say stop anyway. Like when you say stop, one of those words will work. When you say
so I'm remembering a celebrity right now, and I'm remembering the card. Right there. So that card is forced using Charlie Miller's beautiful table force.
Okay, good. Your card's a little bit different. I want you to not show the audience.
And that's where the $20 lies. If I miss this card. So when you watch the lecture, if you haven't already, that's a gimmick card box that I've switched it in. There's a cutout in the back. Her thought of card is now on top of the deck, which is actually through the cutout. That's why I write the celebrity's name.
Is it this difficult? Is it? I was wondering. Is it 10 years? Okay. Is it invisible? No, it's an object. It's in front of you. What are you talking about?
You're so great.
Take off the paper. Where's my drinkers at? Come on, bring it on.
Find your audience again. That's another good thing. Use the drinking to bring it back.
Here we go. Okay, ready?
So now on the post-it, all I'm writing is the name of the card she has under her finger right now.
Oh, $20. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's right. I'm excited. Ready? Was it a red card or black card? Go.
I have to tell you.
Yeah, it's easier to mail it to me.
I know what you're guessing. Black.
Black.
So she's going to lie or tell the truth. It really doesn't matter. I'm just writing down the name of the card.
Was it a high card or low card? Go. High would be 6 and up, and 5 would be low. You still want to go with high? I kind of believe you. See, you're telling the truth.
This is a great time to just play with your audience and just kind of mess with them.
Yeah, you were lying before? Yes. Okay, good. I'm trying. You're good at this, though. You're good at this.
And since you already know what the card is, you know when they're lying, when they're not lying, so you can use that to your advantage throughout the routine. And when you watch the lecture, you'll see what I'm doing is I'm just going back and forth between writing the celebrity's name and writing the card down.
Look at me where you're doing it. Stop.
I came up with this idea about 3 or 4 days before I was supposed to be at the castle for this routine. The show I'd been working on forever, and it was not the same show that I was going to be doing the first time I was supposed to be at the castle for the kidney stones, which is a really interesting aspect of this show, because this show led me into doing more mentalism than I ever thought ever would.
So here's the deal, guys. If I did this correctly, hopefully the message.
Because the reactions I got from it's ridiculous. So the card is on the back of the deck right now.
I can tell you did lie the first, yeah,
and I have a reason
hopefully we'll see what works, okay? Oh, people ask me all the time.
To turn around and bend over.
If I am right and I tell you I get the
and I make this a joke now because it throws them off for a second. As soon as they're on an offbeat, there's the laughter.
It's not my fault. Does that make sense?
It's now on the bottom of the deck, face up, and now I'm getting ready to palm it. Now it's being palmed. It's only palmed right now.
No, you have to open it up.
And now I'm just playing it out. I'm still in that position. Makes sense. I go under the armpit. I'm now folding it into Mercury card fold.
of Hearts?
King of Hearts.
Turn it over. King of Hearts, ladies and gentlemen.
Got the boom. With the dirty hand, I pick it up. I have the card now, Mercury. I put my hand on my side so it looks like everything's open and
I
fair.
didn't really think you were going to win that, did you?
So I just have the card against my hand.
She thought of a card. She thought of a card. You actually didn't even take it out of the deck, did you? You just saw it. And you got nervous about it. There was anxiety. I saw it. Yeah. For the very first time.
And of course, this is her thought of card.
Right over. Go.
Right?
Why? Why? You have to have a reason.
And now I just load it as in my card and shoe.
Be right.
I mean, come on. This is just not fair. That's what my lecture's called. Not
Every
fair.
time I shoe, I have a lucky card. I've kept this card in here for about 2 years. I'm a very strange person. No, I take it out every night. I put it in the dresser. It's a strange thing. It's like a gremlin. It's a strange relationship I have with it.
Gremlin.
But you saw a card. Thought about it in your mind. For the first time, what was it?
I used to dump it out in my shoe.
2 of diamonds.
And that made no sense. I used to dump it out into my hand. But Steve Knight actually gave me, a friend of mine, Steve Knight, gave me a great idea. Just reach in very slowly and grab it.
I gotta be honest with you. I asked you a few minutes ago to think of a celebrity. When I woke up today, I felt really compelled to write something.
And now listen to them. They're like,
There was
what?
A Hollywood gossip show on for some reason, and they were talking about somebody, and you even said a weird nickname, which is strange because that's the first thing I thought of. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that would be Brangelina right there. Brangelina, right there. Right there.
And that's the show. Look at that. Bring into, I mean, just keep it rocking. And this is important. I stayed after every show like this and shake everybody's hands.
Thank you, guys.